midweek recharge. Pastor Jay here with you once again on this YouTube channel. And this recharge today, something's been on my mind, and I thought I'd talk to you about it a little bit. And the idea today is missing out. You know, sometimes when we think of church attendance, and we think of it as just a convenience for when we have nothing better to do. And that's the wrong attitude to have. It really is. When we look at something in the Bible, it's really kind of interesting. John chapter 20 and verse 24, we read that, but Thomas was not with them when Jesus came. Now, you know, it's interesting because sometimes we, like we said, we take church attendance as just a convenience. Okay, if I'm able to be there, then that's fine. And if I'm not, then that's fine too. But the real thing is that if we're not there, we're missing out. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about your church itself. Okay, there is something extremely special about being in your church. Why? Because you have connection with people. People know you. You know them. I mean, it's nice to go visit other churches and whatever, but there's something special about being in your church. You know, it's like you have your pew, you know, that you sit in. You have your people that you know, it's a family. That's what it comes down to. That's what church is. Church is like a family. And so it has that connection. We have a connection together. And when we don't come together and when we don't go to church, we find out more often than not that we missed something. And that's what happened with Thomas. Now, Jesus had passed away, was crucified, put in the tomb, and they were just upset. They wanted to see Jesus. They wanted Jesus to come again. They wanted Jesus to come. But you know, everybody gathered together. And they waited for Jesus to come. They prayed, they praised, they did things like that. And Thomas was so distraught. I don't know exactly what was wrong with him. I don't know if he had lost his faith completely. I kind of wonder about that. But whatever the case may be, he was not there. Okay? And Jesus showed up. And when Jesus showed up, boy, everything changed. The people, they saw the blessing. All the people saw the blessing of getting to see Jesus, and they ran after the service, and they ran to Thomas, and they said, Thomas, we saw Jesus. And Thomas said the words that are so iconic. He said, I don't believe it. And I won't believe it unless I put my finger in the nail prints in his hands and put my fist in his side. Well, the next time they had church, Thomas was there. Jesus appeared and he walked right by everybody and went right to Thomas. You can imagine what was probably going through Thomas's mind at that point. But he went right to Thomas and he said, here, Thomas, put your finger right here in the nail print in my hand. Put your hand right in my side and don't doubt. Thomas fell on his knees before God and said, my Lord and my God. And then Jesus said something interesting to Thomas. He said, blessed are, you have seen and believed, but blessed are those that have not seen and yet have believed. See, the idea is that what I'm getting at today is the idea is when you don't show up at church, you're missing out on something. So don't miss out. Be not like Thomas, but be like the other ones. And be there every time the doors are open. Why? Because you never know what you're going to miss when you don't show up at church. And there is something very special about being in your church. So be sure to be at your church. There is just something special. The people know you, you know the people, and it's comforting. It's family. That's why it needs to be you being in your church, because it's a comforting thing. It's like being with family. So don't be like Thomas. Be like the rest. And don't miss a service, because you may just miss a blessing from Jesus if you miss. All right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that little recharge today. And until we're with you next time, this is Jason reminding you to be sure to hit the little like button, and be sure to subscribe. It's free. And hit that bell so you'll be alerted for the next time we bring you one of these videos, these recharges. And we have tons more videos up here. So stay around and check out all the different videos on this channel. Thanks for joining me. Have a blessed day, and we will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.